Hello, hello, Chosen BC here, and I'd like to welcome you all back to the next episode of Reloaded SMP Season 3. I'd like to let y'all know that I do appreciate you returning and hope you look forward to whatever adventure and or mischief we have in this next episode. So, without any further ado, let's get cracking. So as you can see, folks, we are down at the Skelly Farm because, well, you know, after the last few adventures we've had, we've used quite a bit of our picks. This is actually down a little bit further, but I have this healed up a little bit. None of my hints, my tips are on right now, but that's, let me fix that. There we go. I upgraded to 119.1, so we're in a slightly newer version of, you know, Minecraft. But, yeah, we needed to do some, you know, work on getting our stuff fixed. So, I figured this would be a good place to start. So I'm going to work on getting these things repaired, and then, we'll come back to you once we have things repaired and maybe an idea of what exactly we're going to do for the rest of this episode. So, we'll see you in a few moments. Okay, folks, so we are back. As you can see, well, we had our stuff fully repaired, but then I went on a little mission. I wanted to get some sand, so we got a bunch of sand, more than what you see in here. And then we worked on getting some terracotta glazed and trying to figure out a pattern for our future builds, right? So the dark side is what I'm going to call that's what I'm calling it for now, but the dark side builds right now. So we have our current build, which is pretty bright and lighthearted, and it's sort of the, let's go into first person here, sorry. This is sort of our yin to our yang, right? So that's the yang, this is the yin. I know it doesn't really fit that much, but I like the colorfulness of this, where this is going to be very dark and ominous. So we got reds, we got blacks, we got grays. So you'll see we have some black concrete, some gray concrete. I thought about getting some lighter gray concrete as well. We definitely are going to go with some deep slate bricks. We get some blackstone walls, some polished blackstone bricks. I think this stuff's all going to help accent the home, and then we're going to try to use dark oak, I believe, as our actual building block for a tree. I just didn't have any pulled aside right now, so that's the reason why I don't see any in our inventory, but that's something we have to go work for as well. So that's something I definitely want to do off video. So I'm going to work at trying to gather some more materials, and then we're going to try to figure out the color combinations, right? We got most of them. We have a palette put together essentially. So, you know, we'll take this palette here, right? And we'll throw it inside this bin, right? So at least we have that put aside. We know what we want to build with, the color combinations. And that will be ready for our other area. And then we just need to take a schematic and continue to build the ones that we have over here. We're going to need a lot of copper for that, as you can see with the roofs. And some dark prismarine, which means us taking and converting some of these prismarines into dark prismarine. So we get a bunch of that. And we have some in here already, but we're going to have to work on some of that as well, so we can adjust that location over there and get that going. But those are all things that we're going to work on. So in this episode, we're going to probably bounce around a little bit between different things. I want to definitely maybe work on getting the schematica for that build, so it'll be easier to build the rest of them, since we have, 7 more to do. I want to work on the idea of what we're going to do for our custom trees. So we'll work on that as well. And I also want to work on building at least one platform over there, so we have an idea of what the house is going to look like, or I say the house, but what our build is going to look like with that particular color combination. So that's something we're going to work on as well in this episode. So a few more building things, and then I think probably maybe the next episode we'll get into some more like fun stuff, like adventure stuff too as well, because I wanna go and I wanna have some fun, and I want you guys to be able to see that it isn't just all building. I've never claimed to be, or never considered myself a big builder, but it is definitely something I want to do more of, because I think it's helping with my creativity. And at least hopefully that creativity will flow a little better, and then things will come to me, and then having ideas of what we can do for shenanigans against people. Or I say against, really for, to have fun with people, but to not go too overboard, right? Is stuff that we want to do. And we've already had some of that coming from our neighbor, who's much better at it. Our neighbor, our base buddy, he's much better at shenanigans than I am. Like, making a catapult and taking out part of one of my platforms and such. So, I've been trying to think about, what I want to do. And so, I think some of that stuff will help give me some better ideas and creativity. So, let me go ahead. We'll step off to the side. I'll try to gather some more components, and then we'll be back to probably build a platform. We'll clear out some trees, build a platform, and then maybe start on the patterns of a house. And at least in this maybe episode, I think is what we'll do. Try to get like I said, the Yang version of this house built on the other side. So we'll work on the next, and we'll see you in a few moments. Okay, so this is what we're looking for, right? We decided to go with dark oak as our flooring. I tried spruce. It just didn't feel right. I'm not really sure why it just didn't feel right. So we're going to go with that. I had attempted to use just the actual wood logs, but I came to the conclusion that I really like them stripped. So we're going to do that. I didn't do spruce there because, again, color combinations, I want it as dark as possible, because this, again, yin and yang feeling. So dark side over here, and then we have some of the gray concrete powder as our accent color. We may grab another accent color as well for those areas that we have like the 2 or 3 wide accents. I just haven't figured out which terracotta I'm going to use for it yet. I'll figure that out, soon, but I haven't done that yet. And then as you can see, I tried the mangrove wood, but it was lighter red than this. It was almost pink. Like, it was almost like the, what is it? The warped wood? Whatever the red one is. It looked almost like that. Like, it felt just as pink. So we decided to go against that. We're going to go with the dark oak for the fencing. We're going to go with the deep slate tiles as our main dark block for the roof. And then as a slightly lighter color, we're going to go with polished deep slate slabs instead. And I think that'll be a good accent color for the roof. So that's going to be our main roof. We also do have a few other colors or other pieces to the puzzle that we're going to throw in here, which is going to be deep slate brick slabs that will also be part of the roof. So we can definitely see that as part of that. Of course, as you can see, these are all the things we're looking at, maybe using some of the chiseled deep slate as well. So who knows, maybe instead of all concrete, we'll throw some design inside here and do something like this. Not on the 1 wides, but maybe on the 2 wides. We'll do something like that, so it has some sort of like colored texture. Maybe, I really haven't decided yet. We might even just use that as our main focal point instead of these guys. So this is sort of where my mindset's been going. We definitely decided with the these 2 colors, or these 2 versions of the black terracotta, glazed terracotta, versus the X. I thought about the X, but the X just didn't fit. I've tried. It just doesn't work for me. Like, you can see if we pop over here, it doesn't work as nice. So I definitely like the circular patterns that we have on this side. And as you can see, we got a very similar pattern to how those are laid out over there. So this ought to be what we're going to do right here, but I wanted to give you guys a good example of what it looked like. So this is our palette. I'm going to leave this here until we start actually building the area out, and start cutting down all the trees and start putting in the platforms and such. But that's what it's going to look like. pretend this right here. So let me grab a piece of wood. This is here, right? And then our stilts for the wood, which this is not the correct level it's going to be on, but I'm just giving you an idea. That is how that is how it's going to look with the as our stilt for the wood. I'm going to go figure out what else we're going to do the rest of this episode, because there's some more stuff that needs to be done, but I have limited time to record, so, you know, we'll see what we can fit in for the rest of the day today, but let me go ahead and pause the video, and then we'll be back once we get what we're going to do for the rest of this, okay? So, we had a idea. Right now, as you can see, Midnighter is on, you know, he's on, but RDW is not. Now, just double checking. Yeah, he's not over in my stream either watching, unless he's super lurking. But I had an idea. It's a non-destructive prank, folks. It's a non-destructive prank. Let me just see which side of this this hill I'm on right now. Let's see here. Okay, that's my side, so it's over on this side. We are on the top of his mountain right now, but I've been trying to figure out what I can do to prank him, because, you know, he's pranked me enough, right? So there's, you know, always a reason to prank back. Little beknownst to Midnighter Night. We're coming over to his place. We asked if he had some redstone he could spare. He said yes, he has a few. But he's going to be participating in a lovely prank without his knowledge. Isn't it fantastic? I think it'll be great. So we're going to grab some junky blocks. Eat some rots. Okay, folks, I think we get it working. One of the things we missed is sticky pistons, right? Forgot to use those. So it's flowing into here, and that should flow back automatically. We'll wait a couple times because I want to make sure it's going to work and that that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing and what it's doing. Perfect. It's flowing back. That's exactly what we were looking for. So now the next question is, do we do another one in here? In the second one? I mean, the nice part is this is a little more open, so it's easier for us to get to. Perfect. Okay. Etho hopper clock is working. No one was the wiser, right? Now the downside of this, right guys? The downside of this prank is that RDW, I'm sure, probably watches my videos. And if he does, or at least checks them out, he may see this scene in here where we've added said prank. Again, non-destructive, but still a prank nonetheless. Okay, folks, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. We might do a little bit more flower decorations, and I'll do some, like, maybe time-lapse recordings of that. But that's where we're going to do it for today. So thank you for staying tuned with us. I appreciate you being here. I hope you had a great one. And please remember, if you like the content that I'm producing, to subscribe, like it, share it if you really liked it. And, you know, feel free to give me some feedback as long as it's, you know, constructive criticism. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Try to stay positive, and we will see you next time. Take care and have a good one.